Hey guys, this is Lisa Tedder. I'm sorry, but my computer would not let me connect. It just kept going around and around and around. And then when I went to do it the next time, it went through my computer. So I can't, I wouldn't be able to show you what I'm doing. So here we are again. I hope you guys come and catch up. I am waiting to see. I told Pat to have everybody go look and find one that's going live. So hopefully you guys are catching up on that. If you are new here, this is not normal. We are going to be doing, I wanted to show you this really cool card. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that fun? We are going to do this, and I will be changing all the things to make sure you guys, when you look for this later, all the description will be in there. Subscribe, please, and we're going to go ahead, and I'm hoping someone will tell me that they're here, and I'm just going to put you down, and then when everybody shows up, I'll start. So hopefully it won't take too awfully long. But this way I will be ready. Move, whoops, the wrong way. Okay. Well, hey, Carol. I am so glad that you made it, even though I was having some technical issues. I'm going to wait a few more minutes, but let me show you this card. I'm going to just keep showing it until everybody's here. But isn't this the most beautiful card you've ever seen in your life? I am just so wowed by it. So I'm hoping everybody else will come. I am going to send a quick note to Pat and let her know so that she can hopefully steer everybody over here. So I don't want to start too quickly because then everybody will be lost. And I have, I've been playing with this so much. I've got hair in between, probably cat hair, but I love this. You have made one before. That is awesome. Did you have any problems? I did not have problems other than when I went to trim my little mechanisms. I trimmed them the wrong way. So I had to restart that part. But other than that, I did it. I was really good about it. So I'm glad that you could make it. I am going to go ahead and just start, and then hopefully people can catch up because this is going to be boring for those catching up. So we're starting with Cherry Cobbler, 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm just going to score it in half. I already scored it in half, and I am going to fold it. There we go. Hey, Carol. I am so sorry, you guys. It just would not go. So we're starting with a Cherry Cobbler full-size card, and I wanted to show while, let me move this a little bit because I want to show you the DSP that I'm using, which, oh my gosh, you guys. All right, so there's so much, but I wanted to start with this one. This is going to be the back of the one that I'm doing, and this is the front. I only have this one piece left because I'm having a lot of fun making it, but this is like, wow. And this is what I'm using for the front one. This is my favorite out of all of them because it's just gorgeous. But so this is the back, and it goes like that, where each one is like front and back. But look at how gorgeous this paper. I know I keep saying gorgeous, but it is. It's so beautiful. I bought it just for the paper. I don't know if there's stamp sets that go with it or not, but I had to use it. So we started off already with a full sheet, a half a size of the Cherry Cobbler. And now I am going to make my frame, and you need a 4 1/4 by 5.5 of this. And this is the opposite side, but I didn't want to take away from the part that's in the shutter. So I decided to cover part of this, and I'll show you how, I'm not wasting it all, just some. So it is beautiful. So I'm just going to put, you want to use a little bit. I have found, and I know that I've always been a a tape adhesive kind of girl, but I found, unless I think I might make a mistake, that using glue really sticks better. I don't, I just think you're not getting it off once you put the glue. So you're only going to put the glue on the outside edges, because we're not going to use that whole piece. We're just going to use part of it. Hey, Pat, thank you for telling everybody to come over. It just kept going and going and nothing was happening. And so I figured I better restart it or else I'd be sitting there forever. All right. Oh, and I did it the wrong way. Goodness gracious. And I said, no, and I can't. I don't think I did it the wrong way. Darn it. All right. I'm going to cut. Because I need to use this for the other side. So I am going to, we're going to just start all over. You guys just, so it's going to be 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I'm just going to do 4 1/4. This is why I end up having to spend so much on DSP, because I make mistakes and then I have to have it. All right. Let me. I think, well, no, that's not going to work. I think what I'm going to do, and it's going to make it a little bit thicker, which I'm kind of thinking might be good. I'm going to trim this just a little bit because I have a little bit of that sticking out. All right. I know I'm wasting, but the other side won't be wasted. All right. I'm putting glue on the good side. I get a little flustered when things don't work out. Okay. So I'm going to put glue on this, and then I know for sure I'm doing it right. Oh, goodness. Things just don't always work out the way you want it to. All right. Now, I only did it on the edges, and I'm just going to hold it up to here. My hands are all sticky now, but this is why I chose this side, is because I really wanted it to highlight the other side of the DSP. All right. So I don't know who all was over there, Pat. Did everybody make it to come around? Okay. So now we are going to place this into my trimmer, and I am going to put it at, it's super sticky. All right, at the 1/2 inch mark. And I'm going to stand up for this because you really need to see what you're doing. So I'm going to start at the 1/2 inch mark and go down to 5. Flip it all the way around. 1/2 inch mark. Go from the 5 to the 1/2 inch. So I put it at the 1/2 inch on this side because that makes it a little bit easier. 1/2 inch on this side to go in, and I'm just going to connect. So you're just going to go down. And the nice thing about this is that it has a thing that shows you where to cut. All right. Where your cutter is. Okay, so there. All right. And if you don't get it all out, it's not a big deal because we can trim it, which I am going to do because I was afraid I'd go over. So we're just going to extend these. Whoa, let's see. I think I already got that. Nope, need a little bit more. This side. And this one. This is what I love about our snips. So hopefully when we get new snips from our new manufacturer, they'll be just as good because these work on the tips, and that's awesome. Whoop. Now I thought I had that, didn't I? It's because I've got so many layers. All right, there we go. Okay, there's my frame. Now we have this extra piece because everything was put together. So now we can use this piece. We can use this, you know, 2 pieces now, and this too. Now, normally I would say trim this down and you're going to just cut it up, but I have one already done. So now I've got 3, but we are going to take this one and we're going to put it on with the long edge at the top. And we're going to my fingers, go to 1 3/8 and trim it. And we want to keep them in their order, 1 3/8. I'm just making sure I get it to that. And if I was right, then this one is at 1 3/8. Pretty darn close. It's off by just a hair, so I'm just going to see it. Look, up. It fell down into there. It's so skinny, it fell down into the channel. So it was pretty close. All right, so there's that one. So this is going to be the back side, and I'll put it together so it looks like, you know, they continue. This is the one I'm going to start with. So we'll do this one. So my directions, I have a PDF that I will be able to share with you. I am going to send it out next Tuesday. So if you guys want this one, make sure you sign up for my newsletter. And I think Pat has the address that she can put on here and you guys can sign up. Okay. Oh, I still need this. But so now when you go to put it on, you want to make sure that they stay in line. So I'm going to move those up. You are going to need 3 of these. That is 2 by 4 1/4. And you're going to put that in. And it's very important that you score, not cut. So you're going to trim it at a 1/2 inch, not trim, score it. See, I had that on my brain. 1/2 inch on 3 sides, 1 on the long and 2 on both sides at the 1/2 inch. So this way. All right. We are going to do something up here. We're going to place it at the 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to stand up again. And I'm going to put the score at the line and go up, and then bring the score down and go down so that there's still no scores in this area right here, just at the top and at the bottom. Okay. Now, this is where I made a mistake the last time. I held it like this and cut it like this. No, you have to have this down. And you need to cut it from here. Let's see if you can see from this one. I'm pretty sure. Okay, hold on. I'm scared because I'm afraid I'm going to do it wrong. Nope, I got it right. Okay. All right. Go up from this one to the score line. And then you're just going to notch the little flap, not this big piece. Go up and notch just a little bit. Turn it around, go up and notch. So you're going to do that. Whoa, I almost did it on the wrong side. So if you do it on this side, it's going to mess up your, when you put this in. So you want to make sure that it's doesn't have any notches in it. Okay, so now once you have that, you're just going to burnish all your edges where you did all your score lines, including the little 1/2 inch ones that we just did. So just these right here. Whoop. And you're going to have 3 of these all together. All right, so I already have 3. Whoops. And one of them I made a mistake on, so I am going to make sure I don't use it. I cut it just a tiny bit. Yes, okay, got it. All right. I started off with the cutting tool and just went like a hair, but it was enough to where you didn't want to do that. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our base. And this is the weird part, if you ask me, because we're putting this whole mechanism on top of here. Hey, Mary, I am sorry that I got messed up. I tried going live and it would not go. And I know that I gave everybody the address and it was wrong. All right, so what I'm going to do is, because I think that it needs to be a little bit lower, but I think it's going to be okay even if it goes over. That's what I say. So you're going to put adhesive only on this long flap and these two right here. Nothing else right now. So we're just going to put some glue. And on my PDF, I have step-by-step pictures because I knew this would be confusing. And this little flap. Okay. So we're going to, now that we're going to lay this down flush with the side and the top and bottom and make sure that that's on. I got a little bit of glue there, but that's okay for now. We'll go and erase it. All right, so I'm going to do it again on this back side. And then what you want to do is you're going to have this edge right here go to the score line here. So you're just going to kind of lift that up a little bit and you want those two to be as close as they can without going over. Whoop, it's not straight. There. Whew. Hold on. I'm going to get it. Okay. So you definitely want these flaps to be free and moving. Okay, now we'll do the last one. And this is why my fingers get all sticky because I touched the glue. All right, so we're gonna make sure, same thing. I don't want to put it all the way down until I'm sure I've got it. Okay. Now this is the way I was shown. So today when I made my extra, when I made my extra, I don't think you really need to tab this. I don't even think you need to cut it. But that's the way the one that I watched did it. So I thought, okay, that's how I'm going to do it because I don't want to mess anything up. All right, so you have leftover on this side. You're supposed to. All right, now let's see. I am going to get my eraser. Yep, it's right here. And just get that sticky off right there. Just to be, so nothing will bug it. Okay, so that's the front. So you got to make sure, your front is open. Now we are going to come in with 3 pieces of white. We have 3/8 by 4 1/8 right here. And that's going to go right along this edge. So it's going to hide all that. So it doesn't really matter if you have that, but sometimes you might, it doesn't matter, I guess. So I don't know where I was going with that sentence. Okay, so this is just going right on there. Okay, then the second one, I'm just making sure that these still, you definitely want them to be able to move. All right. Now then we have 2 that are, Let me double check. I think it's 1 7/8, but nope, it's 1 3/8. 1 3/8. This one's 1 7/8. Okay. Well, I can use tape on this one. So you're just going to put this here, just so it adds, I guess, you can stamp it if you want. I'm just going to stamp the last one. So now if you're new here, please subscribe. It really helps me to know that you're liking what I make, and you know the whole spiel, ring the bell, all that stuff. I hate to harass people, but I just it helps me, and I'm hoping you guys won't mind doing that. All right, so now this last one. Oh, good. All right, so I am going to stamp Holly and Jolly in cherry cobbler because that's the colors we're using. I love cherry cobbler. I think it's so pretty. All right, Holly and Jolly. And then I'm going to stamp the flower that I'm going to do for the inside too, but I'm going to use Memento for that. And since it's small, I'm going to ink it upside down. All right, so we're just going to put that on here. There we go. Ooh, it sounds like it's raining. Maybe that's why I lost power for a few seconds. Hopefully it'll stay. All right. So I am going to start with, oh, not the brush end, the dark. And I'm just going to do a little bit because I want it to really show the colors and have it go into different levels of, where it's really interesting. That's where I was going. All right, then the light. We haven't had rain in a while, so we're kind of happy to have rain. If you saw our yard, you'd know why. We like rain. We have a jungle. All right, and this is the light poppy parade. I really wanted to have the different in the reds. Okay, you could go over it with Wink of Stella if you want. That would be very pretty. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And this is going to go, and I, of course, made this too big. So hold on, I've already put my tape on it. Oh, well, let's see. I'm going to make it just 1/8 of an inch off. Okay. All right, so now we have that. So now we want to have all the flaps go towards the middle, like towards the left side. So you're going to have them all. And this, I'm going to make sure that I burnish them down so that they kind of stay. This really isn't as hard if you get your measurements right and you can follow it step by step. All right. But first, before we do anything else, we're going to put these on because otherwise I will forget. All right. Ooh, so pretty. Okay. See, I almost forgot to put these on. That would have been very bad. All right. Then, nope. It was this one. All right. Then this one goes. And you can see that they continue, which is really very pretty. And I want to make sure. See, it got turned around. Okay. All right, now we're going to flip them. I'm going to keep those tabs under so that they really kind of know to stay put. All right. I have to figure out which ways these were because I did not. Oh, look at that. Sometimes things go your way. All right. So I'm going to move these up so you can see, but we're going to put these on the same. Yep. Saying yep. I don't know. My grandma always said yep and nope. And it just stuck with me. My husband hates it when I say nope with the p sound. Now I just do it to bug him. Okay. See now, so both sides are going to be gorgeous. Louisville's got a bunch of storms, huh? I just hear rain drops on my window. All right, so now all of these are facing that way. I want to use glue because we want to make sure we have room to maneuver. So I'm just going to put some glue in the middle. Okay. We're going to bring in our frame very carefully, kind of go around your little thing right there and line it up because it should be squared with your whole front of your card. And this is where it would help to kind of stand it up and make sure that you have it down. All right. Like so it's plumb. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the inside, and for the sentiment, I'm going to let this dry so it holds. Okay, let me close that. So I know I've done right because I only have 2 pieces left. That means if I have everything cut and ready to go, that means I'm good to go. I've done it right. All right, so I'm going to do, oh, the stamp set that has all these wonderful things is Jolly Holly. Should have said that at the beginning, but whoo, thunder. Okay, I'm looking for my ink pad. Oh, it's under my card. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do where this says, may the spirit of the season bring you hope, happiness, and love. Okay. And then because I know I never say this, but I want a little bit more room to write. Not a lot, but if I put it down here, that would really just make it toward this. So I'm going to put the flowers up here just so that I'll have a little bit more room to write. And what I love is that I need as many Christmas cards as I can get. And this one, you really have to pick who you want it to go to because they have to be worthy. All right, so we have that. I'm going to go ahead and color them the same way that I did the front. So it's kind of like goes, and I got a little bit off there, but we could always splatter to make it look like we meant to do that. I do that quite often. So the best thing to do on the front is to wait to do the mechanism, like to test it, because you want to make sure it's dry before you go further. Okay, so I'm using the cherry cobbler again, and this is the light, and the first one was the dark. And then I'm going to use the light Poppy Parade. I love the blends. And I always try to go over a little bit so that there's no big, it just blends better that way. Oh, so pretty. Okay. Oh, no, not okay. I looked in the good thing I looked. I was seeing if you guys could see it, and I noticed that I missed some. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this over and okay, people. We're going to have to start that over again because I need to go this way. Okay. We're doing okay, really. We're just going to quickly do it again. It would be kind of hard to do it the other way if it opened on the other side, right? Okay. All right, we're going to go fast here. Oh, didn't do the dark first. Sorry. So we're going to see Cirque du Soleil on Saturday. Super excited. We don't get to do that very often, and our son and daughter-in-law are going with us. It's going to be so much fun. It's pretty impressive. And those people are in very, very good shape. They are playing in Raleigh. We're going to go out to dinner first or lunch and then go hit it. Go see it. All right. All right. So let's bring this in. Well, I should have gotten a bigger piece. Oh, well. Okay. So now let's test this and see if we did good. We did. All right. I just want to do one more thing, and that is to stamp Merry Christmas, because that will tell them right off the bat that this is a Christmas card. Thanks, Carol. I know I just crack you up. All right. Let's see. I'm going to stand up because the first one was fine, but I want to make sure I get this so it lines up. Okay. So I'm going to trim it. Put some adhesive on the back. Whoop, went way over. And bring this in. Put it right here. All right, and then we're still not done, because do you see all these parts where you can add bling? I like my bling. So I'm going to get my rhinestones, because you get so many in the package, that I am going to use the dark cherry cobbler, and let's see how many we need. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's a lot. But luckily I have a lot. And this will go to somebody very, very special. I don't know. I'm just going. I didn't even count. Okay. That's more than I thought. All right. So I'm going to get to my take your pick tool, because it's so much easier. I'm just going to wave this for just a second. Oh, my dog is panting. He hates thunder. So, does anybody in the local area? Oh, well, that didn't work. And look at got the pucks. Um, know of anybody that has a kitten that they want to sell, preferably a male one? My husband said I could get one. We already have two, but I want another one. So, and he's saying yes, which was so surprising. I've been trying to sign up for some, and I have only been contacted by one for that. So, and it's a 3-year-old male, and I'd rather get a kitty because we already have two kitties. And I want it to be as easy as possible on all of them. Okay, this is very blingy. This is why I like it. And I don't think it's that expensive when you deal with the rhinestones. Okay. Wow, my fingers are dirty. All right, so let's see. With the bling. Oh, look at how pretty they are. All right, so what do you guys think? Do you like it? And then you can open it. Now, if you made this on your own, you could not like have it open because I have a place here that you could sign. You could just have it be this front part, but I wanted it to be a little bit more, so I went ahead and made it a big card, and it's so pretty. All right, so next week, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I usually do it on Thursdays at the same time, so I hope you guys can come, and we will be doing a drawing. I will not be sending it out until after my class next Tuesday. I am not positive I'm going to make this yet, but just in case, we will need 2 copies because it's a harder card, but I want people to be able to do it. I think they would enjoy it. So if you guys don't mind waiting, Pat can go ahead and do the drawing and we can see who wins. And then I will put a little sticky note on the back to remind me on who won it. So I make sure I mail it out on Wednesday morning. Oh, goodness. Thanks, Mary. I thought you might like this because you're like me. You like wow things. And it's just so pretty. And I kind of like having this be a little thicker, even though, and look, it makes it look pretty on the other side because you have the pretty, because the old other one is just boring on the other side. Not that anybody's going to look on the wrong side, but you know what I mean. Carol, you just won it. Yay, Carol. All right. So, okay, so I will mail this out on Wednesday morning. And then, Carol, if you come to class, you can make this and take an extra one home with you. Lucky you. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for putting up with my computer problems. See you next time.